44% of India's entire gold reserve, the very first notes of a newly independent nation, and the oldest functioning democracy on earth. भारत का 44% सोना, आज़ादी की पहली शहनाई और दुनिया का पहला लोकतंत्र। ये सब कहाँ से आए? The answer to all three is Bihar. We often view this region through the lens of modern geography and recent struggles, but looking only at its current borders ignores a massive historical reality. If you look closely at the core visual identity of the modern Indian Republic, the lion capital on a passport, or the wheel sitting right in the center of the national flag, you are looking directly at the legacy of the ancient Magadha Empire, which ruled from present-day Patna. And while the rest of the ancient world was busy bowing down to monarchs and dictators, the people of the Lichavi Republic and Vaishali were casting votes. They were teaching humanity its very first practical lesson in a democratic republic. This region functions as the original political and intellectual engine of human civilization. That engine drove hard science, too. Working out of this region, mathematician Aryabhata gave the world the digit 0. He used that math to look up, proving the Earth was spherical and orbiting the Sun, centuries before European astronomers. Down on the ground, the physician Javaka was busy laying the groundwork for empirical medical science. While much of the globe was still trying to cure diseases with magic spells and superstition, Javaka was practicing clinical observation and complex surgery. You cannot concentrate that much knowledge without infrastructure. Centuries before Oxford or Cambridge laid a single brick, massive international universities like Nalanda and Vikramashila were operating right here. These campuses were massive logistical operations. Students were braving months-long journeys from Korea, Japan, China, Tibet, and Turkey just to secure a seat in these lecture halls. By drawing the brightest minds on Earth to a single geographical center, ancient Bihar operated as the world's first truly globalized hub for higher learning. That intellectual export continued well into the modern era, sometimes in ways you'd never expect. One of the English language's greatest dystopian authors, George Orwell, the man who wrote 1984, was born in Motihari, Bihar. When India finally awoke to freedom in 1947, the literal sound of that independence, the Shehnai echoing across the Red Fort, was played by Ustad Bismillah Khan, a master musician born in the town of Dumraon. Now, let's jump back thousands of years to an engineering anomaly hidden in the Jahanabad district. These are the Barabar Caves, the oldest surviving rock-cut caves in India. Carved directly out of solid granite during the Mauryan Empire, the interiors feature a glass-like polish. Modern engineers looking at this dense rock are still baffled by how laborers achieved such a perfectly reflective surface without power tools. From globally recognized literature to impossible ancient engineering, the cultural and technological exports of this region constantly defy expectations. But brilliance requires endurance. Here, it takes the form of Bihari Zid, a stubborn, almost extreme form of resilience. Take the 1857 rebellion against the British, led locally by an 80-year-old warrior named Babu Veer Kunwar Singh. During a brutal retreat across the Ganges, a British bullet shattered Kunwar Singh's wrist. Knowing the infection would spread, the 80-year-old drew his sword, severed his own arm, and offered it to the river rather than surrender. That exact same refusal to yield exists today. When a 360-foot mountain blocked his village's path to a hospital, Dashrat Manki didn't wait for government help. He picked up a hammer and a single chisel and spent 22 years carving a road straight through the solid rock. Jab tak dordenge nahi, tab tak chordenge nahi. Whether facing the full military might of the British Empire or the sheer physical mass of a mountain, the defining cultural trait here is an absolute refusal to quit. This map shows the distribution of India's geological wealth. Beneath the soil of the Jamui district lies a staggering 44. While taking his exams at Calcutta University, his grasp of the material was so absolute that his evaluator famously wrote a note directly on his answer sheet. Examinee is better than examiner. That exact same intellect is active right now. Millions of students across the state are studying under streetlights, overcoming severe resource limitations, and consistently dominating the nation's toughest administrative exams to become IAS and IPS officers. The gold in Jamui is waiting in the ground, but the intellectual capital of modern Bihar is being actively mined, refined, and deployed every single day. How does a culture survive the vast journey from an ancient global empire to navigating modern systemic struggles? The answer is encoded directly into their largest and most sacred festival, Chhath Puja. Across the globe, ancient cultures almost exclusively direct their worship toward the rising sun, but the rituals of Bihar carry a profound contrast. Here, devotees step into the water to offer prayers to the setting sun as well. Worshipping the setting sun is a deeply ingrained acknowledgement of a universal truth. Whatever sets, whatever falls, whatever struggles in the dark is absolutely guaranteed to rise again. This cultural ritual mirrors the history of the region itself. It is a society built on the knowledge that brilliance can be extracted from poverty, and a formidable future can be forged through sustained struggle. Bihar, जो मिट्टी से सोना और संघर्ष से भविष्य निकालना जानता है.